Hey friends, this is week 11 of our art class. So, has anyone been feeling a little bit stressed or icky lately? Yeah, I think that this week, because of all of the crazy things going on in the world and in our country, a lot of the adults around us are feeling pretty stressed. I know that I have. And so, have you ever noticed that when the people around you are feeling stressed, that you tend to feel a little stressed too? Yeah. So today in our art class, we are going to be doing something called a Zentangle. A Zentangle is a fun exercise that helps you to relax. And then we're going to be practicing using warm and cool colors when we're coloring our picture. I'm really excited to do this with you. Has anyone seen anything like this before? What do you notice? I see lots of different types of line. Now, do you think that this artist just came in and scribbled all over the place? No. Do you think that this artist carefully added their lines and thought about where they were going to go next? Yeah. So we're going to do something like this. Then we're going to talk about something called warm and cool colors. When I say warm colors, what do you think of? When I think of warm, I think of a fire where I can roast some marshmallows. So when you think of warm colors, I want you guys to think of fire colors like red, orange, and yellow. In art, those are called warm colors. And another trick is anytime you see a color that you think has a lot of red or orange or yellow in it, that's probably a warm color. What about cool colors? What do you think of? I think of ice or water, or maybe when you touch grass and it feels really cold. So green grass, blue water, and also purple, because purple has a lot of blue in it. And so if it's a purple that looks like it has a lot of blue in it, then that's a cool purple. Today, I'm actually going to start with a marker. If you want, you can use a pencil, but it's a lot easier to see your lines if you're doing something dark. So instead of scribbling and going crazy, I'm going to start on one end of my paper and start thinking about different types of lines. So one type of a line is a zigzag. Another type of line is a wavy line. So I'm going to do a curvy, wavy line. Next, another type of line is maybe a pointy line like water waves. Or I could do some fire-shaped lines. It's up to you. You can make whatever type of lines you would like, but we're making sure that we're slowing down and thinking about the types of lines we're making. Now notice, am I crossing over my other lines with my first line? No, I'm not going over them. I'm just going on with one long continuous line. So if I stop coloring with this line, I want to keep going. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the one where I left, and I'm just going to keep going. This is a good time to slow down and relax, letting your marker do what it wants to do, but also being careful and letting your brain just slow down and rest for a little while after all of the craziness that's been going on lately. Alrighty. Now that I've filled my entire page with line, when I'm running out of room, I'm going to find a place, and when I finally have nowhere else to go and my whole page is filled, then I'm just going to leave my page and pretend it goes on forever. So now I have this cool page filled with lots of different types of line. And since it's a Zentangle, if you want, you can go in and add some extra details. It's up to you. This is just a way to relax and make up different lines that you want to make up. So, once you've finished adding all of your details, you need a shape so that we can separate our warm colors and cool colors. So what I want you to do is you're going to take your hand and you're going to put it on top of your paper. And you're going to spread your fingers out like this. And once you have your hand in the spot you want it, you are very carefully going to trace a line around the outside of your hand. Now I have a shape in my hand, and it might be kind of hard to see because I have all the other lines, but you can see where I traced my hand. Now I am going to start separating my warm and cool colors. Now who can remember what our warm colors are? Remember those fire colors. So when you think of warm colors, I want you to think of red, orange, and yellow. So I'm going to start just using my warm colors to color the inside of my hand. Remember, a trick to coloring neatly is tracing the outside edges of my shapes and then coloring the inside. So I'm tracing the outside edge of the shape, and then I'll carefully color the inside. You can use whatever coloring tools you have. If you don't have colors, you can always add them on Seesaw, and I will show you how to do that, so just ask me in class. Remember, for this part, I am only coloring the inside of my hand with the warm colors because we're doing something else on the outside. Another color that counts as a warm color is pink because pink is just light red or red with white added. So if you want to use pink, you can. Another example, you can even blend your warm colors together so they look a little more interesting. Once you finish adding all of your warm colors to your hand, you will be ready to add some cool colors. So, does anyone remember what our cool colors are? Cool colors are going to include blues, the greens that look like they have more blue in them, and the purples that look like they have more blue in them. We are going to fill the entire outside of our paper that's around our hand with cool colors. Your objectives. Number 1, I can completely fill my page with different types of lines, creating my Zentangle. I can then carefully trace my hand. Number 2, I can completely color my page using warm colors for the inside of my hand and cool colors for the outside of my hand. En español, yo puedo llenar toda mi página con líneas diferentes y trazar mi mano. Número 2. Yo puedo colorear mi página completamente con colores caídos entre de mi mano y colores frescos fuera de mi mano.